Hello everyone, this is the mystery box. I did say it's a visual novel, that was a clue. I received a press kit from the publisher pQube. You probably know pQube if you're into visual novels. Just to mention that they are the people who brought us Steins Gate to the West. They made that localization possible and published it here in the West. And as you all know, that was a big breakthrough for the genre, and I still rate Steins Gate the best visual novel that I have ever played so far. Today we're looking at BustaFellows. So BustaFellows came out in Japan in December 2019, so not so long ago, and it is quite an exciting release, especially for Otome fans. From the little that I have read about the visual novel, I obviously don't want to spoil my appetite for the story too much. It's what I tend to call a bit of a hybrid game, in that it's not pure romance or otome, but it is mixed with a very strong mystery story, as I understand it. Let's have a look how the publisher describes it. They helpfully give out an info sheet with the press kit. And the game was developed by Nippon Cultural Broadcasting Extend Inc. I think they usually just refer to as Extend for short. So we have romance, mystery, dangerous relationships, and the power to leap back in time. Now that caught my attention straight away, because as many of you know, I have a real predilection for time shifting mechanics, anything to do with time travel and stories. I always go for those. And you can also leap into the bodies of others, so do a bit of body switching. BustaFellows follows our heroine, a young and independent journalist, as she becomes embroiled in a thrilling plot about love and murder. I like the murder bit particularly. You use your notepad to record clues and key pieces of information, solve puzzles and navigate complex relationships as you journey deeper into this interactive mystery. The protagonist is fully voiced, and the voice cast features many renowned actors recognized from various games and visual novels. So just to explain again, for those of you who are not really familiar with the otome genre, there is a very good short definition here saying, as an otome, a genre known for its female leads and multiple romantic options, you control your own destiny in BustaFellows. And that's basically what Otome is all about. So I have here the collector's edition, and I'll get out my trusty cheese knife and get the cellophane off, and we'll have a look what's inside. The game, as you can see, came separately, and that's the standard edition, which you should be able to purchase if you wish at you know, probably your usual retailer. It's certainly on Amazon. I had a quick look. I've obviously got the European edition, but there is also a North American version available.
もしもし、こちらホワイトハウスどうぞ。
こちらスケアクロー、幹部良好だ。ちなみにお前たちの姿も見えている。その店の監視カメラの映像もコントロール済みだ。いいだろ別に。雰囲気だよ雰囲気。
なあボス、奴はちゃんと来るのか？
いらっしゃいませ。何名様でいらっしゃいますか？
今回のターゲットその1、下っ端ギャングのオーランドさんのご到着だ。
It says on the back, arrive in New Zeke, a beautiful American metropolis. Play the part of a strong, smart and gifted journalist in this romantic adventure and use your notepad to solve puzzles, etc. And this is the inside of the case with the cartridge. And I will start up the game straight away and see if I can grab some nice screenshots or little clips to liven up the video. Okay, it's time to get this cellophane off. Something feels a bit loose inside, so I don't want to turn it around too much. So that's the cover design. And you see the little handle there. I assume it's meant to look a little bit like a briefcase, maybe a journalist's briefcase. So let's have a look. What's inside? Now here we have Scarecrow's mixtape. I think Scarecrow's one of the male characters.
俺はスケアクロー、裏社会のボスだ。俺に見えないもの。聞こえなかったのならもう一度繰り返そう。
どうやって知ったかって聞いてるの？まさ
ああ、その通り。スケアクローは世界のどのネットワークでも入り込める。何が正義かは。
And I've got a note about the music. It features 27 tracks from the game's soundtrack, so a generous selection. And I will see if I can get a couple of tracks off that to play as background here in the video. Okay, here we have some art cards. Is that okay for the camera? Poodle Pa's doing the camera work as usual. I just find that the videos turn out better than when I try to do it myself. Now we have a generous selection here of artwork, and I will just briefly talk about the artist because, you know, I'm interested in that, and I did look up the artist, who I believe is a female artist. Renowned artist Sumeragi Kohaku. Kohaku Sumeragi is also known, among other things, for doing eroge work. She was also the artist for another visual novel called Sidekicks that was also produced by Extend, the developer Extend, and is apparently set in the same universe as BustaFellows. So who knows, if BustaFellows is successful in the West, we might, with any luck, get the other one, Sidekicks, as well. And here is a magazine. Now, from what I gather, this magazine called New Zeke People Weekly is published in a larger, more extensive version in Japan to go with their collector's edition. However, what they've done is they've produced an abbreviated version for the Western publication. But unlike some publishers who just include the Japanese text version in the Western boxes these days, this has actually been translated and localized. So here we see one of the characters in the game. I'll be very careful what I show from this magazine because obviously there will be something relating to the story in there. This is, I believe, our female protagonist, and I have no idea how to pronounce her name correctly. Of course, until I start the game and then find out. So I'm thinking it might be Teuta, but I'm not sure. And here's a chap called Limbo. And here's some CG artwork. And it is printed on a paper that is more suitable for a magazine-style publication. It is not art book level paper and print. And I guess you wouldn't expect that for what is supposed to look like and feel like a weekly magazine that would be published within the games world of New Zealand. But most of this is taken up with character artwork, which is probably a good choice because that's what we in the West tend to look for mainly in any artwork that's compiled to go with the game.
で、これは俺の名刺。実は2種類持ってて、金になりそうな顧客に渡す用がこっち。私がもらったのは、ま、そういうことだな。それで、これで何がわかるって、この後、ワイアットアープにあるカフェに来て、ハリー&キースっていうお店。
So, you're now all wondering what's in the bag here. It looks like a shopping bag. Once I turned it over, I said, what is this? I could feel it was heavy. There's a load of stuff in here. I'll just... So let me just organize all this. And here we are, a tote bag. Pay your respects. I wonder if we'll get funny looks if we go shopping here in our little provincial shopping mall with this bag. That would be funny. So that would be useful. Poodlepa's always looking for shopping bags. Now the press kit information tells me that there should be an acrylic stand collection called Welcome to New Zealand. Square pins titled Cheers, and cat-shaped double-sided acrylic key rings for BustaFellows. So let's have a look at those. I'll start off with the cat-shaped keychains. 7 is an unusual number. And normally in Otome games I'm used to having a female protagonist and 5 male main characters, but it's possible there are 6 in this game. 6, yes. It's an unusual shape for keychains, and they're quite large. And look at the back. I'll just get it out of its little plastic thing so you can see it properly. So it's got a little, like a cat back with the tail. And the front is the character design. cat-shaped key rings. We'll go on to the square pins now, and these are like safety pins that you can pin onto whatever you wish, I suppose. Clothing, bags, hats. And these have very nice artwork on them. So I'll lay them out here. I mean, you could wear them as a brooch, I suppose, and it would be a bit of a statement, but I think they would be more suitable to use on things like backpacks, and they could go on a tote bag. And finally, the acrylic stand set. So I will just have a look and see whether I can assemble one. So as you can see, I have assembled one of the acrylic stands, and it's got the money bill at the bottom, $100 or something. So money is clearly important in this visual novel. And I quite like the scene with the bicycle. So each acrylic stand represents what I assume is a scene from the game. So we've managed to have a look at absolutely everything.
待たせた。いや、仕事中に悪いな。昼間はそんなに死体が回ってこないから平気。
私、テータ。ほら、いい形の覚
えてるよ。ところでリンボ。いや、このお嬢さんが、俺が死んだ。リンボ、死んだの？
I would like to say thank you to pQube for shipping this out to me here in New Zealand. Shipping anything is not as straightforward as it used to be before COVID, so it's much appreciated. And I really do look forward to the story. I know that some of you are already playing the game or have already finished it. I heard from one subscriber on the channel, and I remember people talking about it when it came out in Japan, because those who are able to read and understand Japanese pounced on it and played it. So there was a lot of excitement about it in the Otome community. So I'm really keen to dig in and find out for myself. It all looks very promising. It's the kind of story I enjoy, and it's very nice to have the extra artwork in particular with it, but also the soundtrack. So I look forward to sampling that. I think we need to appreciate that it is quite a risk bringing what is, after all, a very niche Japanese game in a niche genre, which is Otome, to the West, and, you know, try and explain to people what it is about and why it is exciting to play these types of games. So they've gone to some serious trouble to promote the game. I wish everybody involved in this well, because we all love our visual novels, I hope, and we all hope that there will be more. And Japan is the premier location for producing wonderful visual novels. I do hope you enjoyed that look at the collector's edition and press kit items for BustaFellows, an irreverent and they sometimes say a slightly steamy visual novel. As you can see, it's rated 16 in Europe, age rating 16, and the North American rating is M for mature. And I will, as usual, report on my findings once I play the game. Thank you very much for watching today. As always, I appreciate it. Please keep well. I'm Food for Dogs. Bye-bye.